When the chores of the day are done, food feels like a reward and a desirable way to pass the hours till bed. But snacking through the hours after dinner can unravel all of the hard work you put into dieting during the day. In this video, I share 4 strategies that can help you put an end to late night snacking. The first suggestion is for those interested in intermittent fasting, which is a timing strategy that has you cycle between periods of eating and fasting. It can serve as a tool to stop late night snacking when you commit to starting your fast 3 hours before bed. And there's several reasons why you would want to do this. First of all, it is an effective way to lose weight because it directly eliminates the empty calories from late night snacks, and it also moves your body into a fat-burning state. When you eat late at night, your blood sugar level goes up as the food gets absorbed into your bloodstream, and this triggers the release of insulin, which is the hormone that moves the sugar into your cells. However, your cells become less sensitive to insulin in the evening hours, which means that they don't accept the calories or energy from the late night foods as easily as they did from the foods you ate earlier in the day. And the result is elevated blood sugar and insulin levels as you sleep, which blocks the release of fat from your fat cells. I'll also add that when you start your fast after dinner, you sleep more soundly. And this is because your digestive system has time to process most of the food in your stomach, which brings your core temperature down to a point that enhances sleep. So there are a lot of advantages that come with making the conscious decision to start fasting 3 hours before bed. But to fully tackle late night snacking, you need to pair this mental commitment with practical strategies that control hunger. And one of the best ways to do this is to eat a high-fat, low-carb dinner. Now, in my opinion, hunger and cravings are best controlled when your entire diet is low in carbs and high in fat. But let's look at the importance of each of these components using dinner as an example. Eating a high-fat dinner where at least 50% of your calories are coming from fat is very hunger satisfying, which is going to help you as the evening progresses. Carbohydrates, on the other hand, digest relatively quickly, especially if they are refined carbs like pasta or bread. So they do not satisfy your hunger as long as dietary fats will. Carbs also break down into glucose or sugar, which spikes insulin. And remember that your cells are less sensitive to insulin in the evening. So when you eat a high-carb dinner, insulin lingers in your blood and promotes fat storage overnight. Now, I've mentioned in many videos, not all carbs are created equal, so you don't need to avoid carbs at dinner altogether. You just want to select wisely. Your best choice is going to be non-starchy vegetables, and these would be things like broccoli and cauliflower, mushrooms, and peppers. These vegetables have a good fiber to carb ratio, and they add volume to your meal, which are both things that are going to keep hunger away longer into the evening. Now, you've likely noticed that it can be hard to stop eating once you start. This kind of primal desire to keep eating needs an off switch, and this is where stoppers come into play. A stopper is an activity, food, or drink that separates you from the act of eating. An example is hot tea, which takes a long time to sip, allowing your brain enough time to get the message that you are full or get past a craving, which is a hormonally driven feeling that naturally fades with time. I also find that minty things like sugar-free gum work great as stoppers because they change the taste in your mouth, making it less desirable to keep eating. And I've talked about sugar substitutes and artificial sweeteners on my channel many times, and if you've seen those videos, you know that I recommend against them. However, if you are struggling with late night snacking, a single stick of gum to avoid 300 plus calories of dessert or snacks is a swap that can certainly work in your advantage, at least until you get over the mental hurdle of late night snacking, which is where we can bring all of this together for you. So eating a high-fat, low-carb dinner and using stoppers are 2 physical things you can do to stop eating and get into the mindset that will help you be successful with intermittent fasting. And all 3 of these things will help you control late night snacking and lose weight. But there's one more challenge to overcome, and that has to do with the fact that late night snacking is a learned behavior. Your body and brain are very trainable. If you have been eating late at night for any length of time, you've trained your body and brain to expect a nighttime snack, and it will spike hunger hormones and produce digestive enzymes in anticipation of food. And when you are first transitioning away from your pattern, your brain will remind you that you typically eat at this time of day and you may experience cravings. So just be aware of this challenge and know that learned behaviors can be unlearned and that you will reach a point where you are comfortable avoiding food in the evenings if you stay consistent with your efforts. So to stop late night snacking, you need to approach the challenge from both a mental and physical side. Many of the principles that I covered in this video are part of my 4 daily habits for weight loss, and you can learn more about those habits through a free video series that I have on my website. Those videos share additional eating and mindset strategies that act as a great starting place for you to get into a healthy diet. And I will leave links here on the video and below so you can access them if you'd like. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to my channel and have a great week.